welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. It feels like it's been a while since I've been on here, and actually has. I've been just super busy working and with kids and just life in general, all the beautiful things that we all get to enjoy. But on my mind, I think constantly about some content I want to talk about, and something that's been riding around in my brain a lot lately, and I want to touch base with you guys on it. Sustainability. So, as you know, the word sustainability means something that's going to last, something that's going to have longevity. We're hearing that word thrown around a lot lately. It's a good thing. People are starting to worry a little bit. People are planting their own gardens more now than they were back in, the last 15 years. People are getting chickens. People are doing things to have some sustainability in their life. Sustainability is basically something that's going to last. Typically, it's a producing and a consuming item of some kind. Like, let's say for chickens, for instance, people are, raising chickens now more these days. You got eggs, right? You don't have to buy eggs at the store. They're going to constantly produce eggs. As long as you are doing your part, they're going to do their part. It's a beautiful thing. We used to sustain ourselves almost 90%. Back, a little bit before my mom was born and stuff. That was the lifestyle. And as we all know, we've gotten far from that. My video tonight and the content that I want to touch base with you guys is sustainability in your own areas in life, on the two things that I talk about most, and that is a healthy way of eating and your fitness. So let's look at the first thing, a healthy way of eating. Now, if you are just new to getting started with healthy eating, you're going to have to find the things that you like and put them in your diet that you're going to go back to. So in other words, you're not going to buy all this fad kind of diet stuff from, let's say, the big hype stores like Trader Joe's. Don't get me wrong, nothing's wrong with Trader Joe's, but, stores that you're going to go spend a lot of money at, and you might cook it once or twice and you're like, screw that, I'm not doing that again. Find yourself things like in the video that I did, a few of my favorite things. And what I promise you, I had the same wrap today for lunch. I had, and nuts were my snack and the protein shake. And that's my go-to. And then I had some pieces of chicken for dinner that I had cooked a few days ago with some salsa on top and a half an avocado. Done. Easy. This sustains me. I don't have to think hard when I get home. Oh my God, what are we going to make, Sustainable items for your diet are what's going to keep you walking that straight and narrow. I'm not saying you can't have the cookie once in a while. I'm not saying you can't have the Chick-fil-A once in a while. I'm just saying as a 90-10 split. And you guys know that I've talked about that before. But if you're not in love with the things you're eating, or they're too hard to think about, or you spend too much time trying to, somebody asked me a while ago, how do you meal prep? How do you, and I was like, I don't. For one, I don't eat that much food that I've got to cook 6 pounds of chicken on a Monday or on a Sunday night to prepare for the week. Doesn't happen. Not that I wouldn't, but I'm not bulking. I don't need that much food. I'm a small woman to begin with for the most part. I'm not petite short, but I don't need a whole ton of food. And I've made it that way. I've just made it easy for myself. There's no thinking to it. It's just I know what is in everything I eat, and that is my sustainability. Find yourself things that you're going to keep reaching for. If you love peaches, always have them around. Me, I love cherries. When it's like the whole spring and summer season, not really spring to summer, cherries in my refrigerator right now. I don't have to think about it. I grab a big handful of them, I shove in a Ziploc bag, they go with me to work. It's easy, don't have to think about it. If you're feeding a bigger family, you might have a few more obstacles to, jump through or jump over hurdles than I do. But again, make it easy for yourself. Don't make the healthy eating so hard that you fall away from it, because again, that's not sustainability. I'm sure there's people out there that are like, they get this great idea and they're like, I'm going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And then when they realize that it's really sucking out of their life, or they can't, or they won't allow the time to put into it, what do you think's going to happen? It's going to slowly fade and it's going to be gone. And, they're not going to stick with it. And that's something when it comes to healthy eating that you definitely want to do. You want to stick with it. I don't want to see anybody jump on this big motivational, 1 month long thing. And then next thing you know, you see them and they've gained like 15 pounds. What happened? They didn't make it sustainable for them. Everyone is different. Everyone has different taste buds. Everyone has different trigger foods. Everyone has different caloric needs based on your weight right now, what your goals are. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to maintain weight, if you're trying to build more muscle. So you need to find those things out and then critique your nutrition and your healthy eating to those things. Again, if you haven't seen my video on my favorite foods, they're just easy, low maintenance, no maintenance really. It's nothing. I can literally throw my lunch together in the morning before work. Now, as most of you know, I get up at 1:50 in the morning. I don't have a whole lot of time. And that kind of brings me to my next subject within this title of sustainability, and that's in the area of fitness. Now, my go-to is the gym. From the first time I picked up a weight, I was hooked. I was hooked right in. I couldn't believe how in love with it I was. You've got to find something for yourself, again, that you're going to stick to, that's going to sustain you, that's going to keep you going back to it. It can be swimming, it can be biking, it can be rollerblading, if you're brave enough. It can be kayaking, it can be just walking. I have a very good friend who's in his late 60s, and he walks all the time, and he's in fine health. That's what he chooses to do. He gets up early in the morning and he goes for his walk. I also have a friend who just started doing the Murph. Now, if you guys don't know what the Murph is a workout program kind of created by Murphy from they made the movie about him, The Lone Survivor. And it's intense. It's like 300 sit-ups. Please, guys, correct me if you guys probably know the numbers, but it's a bunch of sit-ups, a bunch of push-ups, a bunch of pull-ups, and then a mile run and another mile run on the end, and you're supposed to wrap it up and do it all in 1 hour. Now, if you can attain that and is that sustainable for you, you are one fit son of a gun, for one thing. And if that's what you love and you keep going to it, my goodness, rock yourself. That's fantastic. Again, a girl asked me many years ago, she's like, I blah, 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 and go to the gym. And I said, well, honey, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to lift weights. Find something that you love to do. It can be racquetball. It can be, there's a million things to do to move your body. You fall in that category where you find something you love and you will keep going back to it and back to it and back to it over and over and over. And that's going to be a fitness program. And again, it's a no-brainer. You don't have to go in there and say, oh, how many reps am I going to do? And how much this and how much that? Now, whatever you need to fit and again, curtail to your routine or your regimen or whatever, then by all means do those things. But if it's just throwing on a pair of tennis shoes in the morning, going for a run before everybody wakes up, and you absolutely fall in love with that, that's your thing. Whatever you find that you love, that your body loves, that's your thing. I would beg you to please don't make your fitness thing something that you hate, something that you don't look forward to. And I'll tell you why, because you're not going to stick with it. And that's the opposite of sustainability. So, there are there mornings where I wake up at 1:50 and I'm like, oh my God. And I look at the clock, I'm like, of course, I'm human. But I have the drive and the boss in me to throw those covers back and get myself up and get myself together and head on to the gym. Again, the gym for me is my save. It's the Iron Paradise is everything to me. Everything. Also, a couple of keys for me of why it's sustainable for me, not only the results I get with I put hard work in, but I've been doing it so long that it's like a no-brainer. I go in there, I know what I need to do. I switch it up here and there. It's where I thrive. And two little things that I love about it is when I go there that early in the morning, there's no one there. Once in a while, there might be some guy there or whatever. And even, if I'm there first and I hear the door open, I'm like, get out of my space, because I just like it. Like my daughter, she always asks me, why do you go so early in the morning? Two things of that. Number one, I'm not going to be away from my kids all day, whether they're in school or on summer break like now. I'm going to come home after working all day and look at them and be like, oh, I'll be back in an hour. I'm not doing that. And the other thing is, if I went in the afternoon, guess what? Everybody and their brother is there. And I just, no offense, but I don't want to be around people when I'm in my happy place, in my zone, and I'm banging it and I'm doing what I need to do. I don't want people around me. I don't want to scoot by this person or wait for that machine. I'm a little bit prissy when it comes to that, but that's why I get up and I go early. So see, the sustainability that I force myself to have by getting up at the ungodly hour of 1:50 is what gives me exactly what I want. Now this weekend, I'm not working. My crane is down for the weekend, which is nice, and I will get a sleep in. So tonight I'll probably go to bed at, I don't know, 10:30, which is 2 hours later than I normally do, and I'll probably sleep in till 6:30. And I will go to the gym tomorrow, and there will be people there, but I'm gonna do it. I'll be nice and, get my workout in. I won't be able to thug out and punk out as much listening to my music as I do when I'm all alone, but that's okay. So find something, again, that is going to draw you into it. And again, with both fitness and the healthy eating, I encourage you to, if this is kind of new to you and you don't know what your thing is, explore different things. You may find yourself doing something that you never thought you would do and you absolutely love it. And that's your routine. Again, one more time on the food. Don't blow yourself up with so many things to where you think you're going to try all these new things and then they kind of fall away from you. And the next thing you know, you've gotten completely off track. Stick with things that are easy. Stick with things that you love and that you enjoy. And you're going to keep going back to them. And eventually it's going to be like second nature. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in my next video. Have a great, great weekend.